Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thanks for coming back. Please subscribe and like my videos. Today's video review is of the Blade 200QX and the RC Logger i1 Xtreme. Now, they're both very similar in size. The Blade's a 200 size quad. I'm going to guess the Xtreme's a 230 to 300 size quad. The flight time on the Blade is 6 to 8 minutes on stock battery. The flight time on the Logger Xtreme is 6 to 8 minutes on the 800 milliamp battery and 9 to 11 minutes on the 1150 milliamp battery. They both have brushless motors, which is a step up if you're coming from brush quads. Both very powerful quads. The payload on the RC Logger Xtreme is 100 grams. On the Blade, I couldn't find any information about what the payload capacity is, but I've estimated it to be about approximately 75 grams. They both have 3 flight modes: beginner, intermediate, and then of course advanced. Both will do stunts and flips in mode 2, which is the intermediate modes. Some of the glaring differences is the Logger Xtreme has it has altitude hold. I couldn't get that from it. Has altitude hold, whereas the Blade doesn't. The altitude hold on the Logger Xtreme works quite well, actually. It's definitely a plus. They both have very fragile frames. I can't say one is better than the other. They're both basically flying eggshells. So there are aftermarket kits out there to mod them. My Logger Xtreme on the left is actually not even stock. It's on a Phoenix Flight Gear carbon fiber frame, which I highly recommend because the frame on the Logger Xtreme is poor. It's very fragile. I broke it on my first Logger Xtreme. I broke the frame on a very minor crash that should have easily survived the crash without any breakage of the frame, but it broke. So I'm not very impressed with Logger's frame, nor actually with the Blade 200 as well. So those are definitely some cons to these two quads. Now, what the Blade has over the Logger is the Blade is lit up very well. You can fly it at night easily without losing orientation, whereas the Logger Xtreme, you're dead in the water unless you're willing to pay extra for the RC Logger light kit or add some type of finger lights or something. There's no way you're going to be able to safely or effectively fly this at night unless it's a full moon, and even then I wouldn't recommend it. The transmitter for the RC Logger is very toy quality. There's no display or readout. It's all done by a series of beeps. It comes with thumb pads, but I have this modded to some aluminum gimbals. I'm not a big fan of the transmitter, although it's effective. You can get one link or configuration so you can use your own transmitter. But I'm a purist. I like to generally use the transmitter that comes with a copter. So it's definitely a drawback. Very toy quality. Whereas the Blade transmitter, I've got my DX6, which I absolutely love. It's a great transmitter. Can't be beat. It's well worth the money. So anyway, there's some of the cons, or some of the pluses are with the Blade. You have the hobby grade transmitter, which gives, to me, in my opinion, gives you much more precise and accurate control of the quad. Where the Logger Xtreme transmitter doesn't do a bad job at all either. Now I will say, I think I've owned the Logger approximately 1 year, and they've had repeated problems with the flight control boards. I'm on my 3rd flight control. They've been very supportive with support, not giving me a hard time with swapping out flight controllers, but I've destroyed 2 cameras with my RC Logger, so I'm not very impressed with that. each time the camera was mounted underneath, and because of flight control issues, I wasted a GoPro and just recently wasted a Mobius. So I'm not very happy with that. So they definitely still need to work that issue out. Whereas with the Blade, it's just been reliable. I've owned it approximately 4 to 5 months. I haven't had one problem at all with this quadcopter. So I'm very, very happy with it. Now, one of the cons to the Blade product is the quadcopter is $229. Does come with of course, a battery, and it's a bind and fly, so you're gonna have to buy a compatible radio. And the DX6, the new one, is $199, or I paid $229. It came with a spare receiver. Whereas the RC Logger is $129 out of the box, ready to fly with the stock receiver. And I will say, after flying both quite a bit, the RC Logger has it overpowered. The motors are a little bit bigger and much more robust and much more powerful. You can see multiple videos on my YouTube channel of the RC Logger in flight, and I just love to fly this thing. It flies so smooth, even with the stock transmitter. It's dead on. The yaw is a little quick for me, but that can be changed now through RC Logger's website, where you can tap into the quad and change the PIDs. So, but bang for buck for $129, you know, you can't go wrong with the RC Logger. As far as a trainer, it's definitely a toy grade quad. You get what you pay for, is the best thing I can say. Whereas the Blade 200QX, I can't say enough about it. I'm definitely thinking of getting another one because of its reliability and dependability. So there you have it. There's some glaring differences. They both have their own pros, and they both have their own cons. But you know, depending on your budget and what you're willing to spend, I think they're both an okay choice for what you spend for them. So I think that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. So I hope you like this side-by-side comparison review. Again, please like my channel, like my video, or excuse me, subscribe to my channel, like my video, and if you have any questions, drop me a line. And again, thank you for watching.